Okay, next up, let's take a look at some techniques for shading. Now, these techniques are based on traditional methods that you might use with pencil on paper or in Procreate. And in a few minutes, we'll try out some methods that are specific to Procreate. But first up, let's take a look at hatching. Now, hatching is based on a series of lines all going in the same direction. Now, these lines can be curved to match a form, in this case, a circle or sphere, or they can be straight. Now, the tone is created by the space between the lines. So the further the space is between the lines, the lighter the tone. The closer together they are, the darker the tone. The second technique is cross-hatching, which is similar to hatching, but in this case, we're going to be using lines that cross over each other. The tone is created by lines overlapping. Blending is the technique that we used earlier while shading our egg. I'm using the side of the pencil to create tone, building it up little by little. I'm essentially blending in areas of dark and mid-tone. And we can use the eraser to smooth out some of our edges. Next method is scratch lines or random lines. And this involves building up tones just using random marks. Kind of like hatching, the closer the marks are together, the darker the tone. The further apart they are, the lighter the tone. And this method creates a little bit of a different texture than the others. Next up is stippling, which consists of building up tone with a series of dots. Now this one requires a lot of patience. Now, there are brushes in Procreate to help you do this a lot faster, but it is important to understand how the traditional method works. Our last method is painting. I'm going to be using a brush from the Ultimate Brush Toolbox gouache set, and it is the soft round. And I'll include this one with the download as well, just like the pencil, so that you can use it too. And this method is very similar to the blending method. We're just going to be building up tone using paint. Just like before, we can use the eraser tool to blend our strokes a little bit more. And we can also use the smudge tool. The painting is really just a series of building up strokes and building up tone. Choosing which method of shading to use really comes down to style choice. Obviously, you'd be using this one if you're going for a more painted look over an illustrated look. These three are going to take you a bit more time, but will produce a cleaner, more polished look. These two methods will be faster, but have a more sketchy feel. It's really up to you to decide which one you prefer to use in your illustration.